Hey you guys, and thank you for tuning in to another video with the Fat Gay. My name's Isaac, and today I'm going to be talking about how to survive the holiday. So regardless of what it is that you celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Kwanzaa, whether it's Yuletide, you know, all of the holidays that typically happen in the winter season, specifically in the month of December, it can be really stressful, especially for people who are in the process of either A, losing weight, gaining weight, that's a thing, okay? Trying to get their mental health in the right order, trying to get their finances together, writing down their New Year's resolutions and preparing for what it is that they have going for 2020. Because let's face it, everybody is amped, we're excited, we want 2020 to get here, and we want it to be filled with success and motivation and positivity, right? Then why is it that one of the holidays or the holidays themselves tend to be the most stressful time for most of us, especially when we're trying to make good decisions? Now, it can be anything from deciding what to eat, dealing with that tía that's like, ay, sabe que está súper gordito. We talked about that, okay? Or even the uncle is like, oye, pero ¿qué te pasa a ti? Estás más gordo cada vez que te veo. Doesn't matter what it is or who it is. This time of year can be extremely stressful, it can be frustrating, and also it's filled with temptation. We've got stocking stuffers filled with candy canes and lollipops and gummies and chocolate, I don't know, you know, the stuff. It's got a lot of things, whether your family's making pernil or, tostone or plátano or plátano. So let's start off with what really is annoying, right? Let's start off with the big part. So you get to your family's house, you're feeling cute, you know, everybody gets dressed up to be hanging out in the sala, right? You're excited, the music's going, you get yourself a little drinky drink, and your tía or your tío, and I'm sorry tíos and tías of the world, you have a horrible reputation because let's face it, y'all make a whole bunch of inappropriate commentary that nobody asked for, especially in the Latinx community. Just saying, public service announcement, get it together. Anyway, so you get there, you're feeling excited, or maybe you're nervous, right? Because one, you're hanging out with people that you don't want to hang out with because you're afraid they're going to say things that you know that they're going to say, or maybe you're just antisocial, right? It can be extremely daunting, it can be nerve-wracking, and it can just kind of suck when people say things that you really aren't in the mood for, especially when you're trying to make progress and make good decisions, okay? So here's the first thing, swerve them. If they say something that you know is either, hey, maybe it's a little true, maybe it's not, okay? You've actually lost 20 pounds since the last time they've seen you, and they want to just throw things out there. Don't let that stuff affect you. On the contrary, let it motivate you. Don't be afraid to clap back and throw a little sass and be like, oh, Isaac, you gained a little weight. Ay, tía, you have a new boyfriend for the fourth time this year. How are your kids? Did they write you from jail? Maybe don't do that because you might get in trouble. But that's not the point, okay? So don't be afraid to throw a little sass back and shut people down. It's about you taking the time to stand up for yourself and not let people bully you, especially when you're trying to make good decisions. And while we're on the topic of good decisions, now we have to talk about the fact that, you know what, you're gonna be surrounded by temptation, whether you're staying with family for a couple weeks or maybe you're hosting. Don't deprive yourself. If you wanna have something, have it. And I think I talked about this a little bit around the Thanksgiving time, right? You kind of get to this point where the whole night you're doing really well and you're not eating anything, you're having salad and chips and, you know, walnuts, okay? And then, bam, the buzz hits you and you're like, forget this, I'm having arroz con habichuela, pernil, plátano, tostones, Cuban bread con mantequilla, and I'm gonna have some coquito. Boom. Not only did you just make up for the last 3 hours that you were making great decisions, now you really done did it. So, what's my recommendation? Don't sit here and try to deprive yourself the whole night. Tell yourself, I'm gonna have one meal, I'm gonna have one dessert. Enjoy the things that are great this time of year, but realize that you're not undoing all of the work that you've done. You're not gonna gain 12 pounds overnight because you had some coquito and some Cuban bread and whatever it is they're serving. Enjoy yourself, have fun, hang out with your family, avoid the tías and tíos that drive you crazy, but don't sit here and make it a huge ordeal of something that is just going to make yourself crazy when you're trying to enjoy yourself during the holiday season. Speaking of alcohol, sorry, thanks.
Damn.
It's really important that you don't forget that probably the majority of the calories that you're bringing in this holiday season is going to be on the traguitos that you're having. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's pretty much one drink and one drink only that I will have during the holiday season, and I'm gonna be honest. Now, am I saying that this is the best drink for weight loss? No, actually, I'm actually drinking one of the worst things for weight loss. I drink Captain Morgan and Coke Zero. Rum is probably one of the worst ones to drink when you're trying to lose weight. My recommendation to you, find what works for you. You know, a couple of great options is LaCroix and tequila or LaCroix and vodka. Your clear liquors are probably gonna have a lower calorie count than things like Coquito or, you know, Captain Morgan or rum. Just be conscious of it, especially if you're a beer drinker. It's a great way to bring in a lot of unexpected and unintended calories, and that could actually hurt you more than what you're eating, especially if you're not keeping yourself hydrated with water and you're planning on doing a workout the next day. Make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated and you're not doing a workout and you're severely dehydrated. That is a recipe for disaster. Trust me, I know. I've done a couple OTF classes while, you know, hungover because I didn't want to pay a late cancel fee, but I made it, I didn't die. So do what you gotta do, but be conscious, be safe, and don't do anything that's gonna hurt your body if it's not 100% necessary. Next up is gonna be a really simple one. Remember that this is not a 3-month program that you're on. This is a lifelong journey, okay? And you're going to have to deal with holidays and family events and drinks and temptations on a regular basis. So instead of letting this one event or this one meal turn into something that's going to hurt you, just kind of keep in mind that you're doing something, you're trying something, you're enjoying yourself, and guess what? Tomorrow morning you pick up and you start again. But don't let it just be an entire day of sabotage and slipping into old habits that you've been really working hard to break. Reward yourself, let yourself have a meal, let yourself have a dessert, but don't let it turn into an all-day affair where now you're bringing all these bad things back into your diet and then you have a harder time going back into normalcy the next day. So have fun, enjoy what you have, spend time with family, and don't let it break you. If you don't feel ready, you don't feel comfortable with having something that your family is offering because maybe it's a trigger food for you and you feel like it's going to initiate some bad habits, then don't do it. And don't let, you know, the people like, ay, una noche nada más. If you don't feel ready to do something and you think it's gonna hurt you and you think that you're not at a place in your journey to try something outside of what you normally have, then don't do it. Know yourself, know what you're capable of doing, have a good time, and don't let it break you. Last tip, if you're gonna stay with family, go to the grocery store and buy some of the things that you like having on a regular basis to have outside of the meal. You know, the big one that your family is cooking. Make sure you have stuff that you can make for breakfast. It's simple things, coffee creamers, snacks, fruits, vegetables, salads, whatever it is. If you bring some stuff from your arsenal that you've kind of built up on your health journey of things that you know work for you and that are not gonna push you into a slope, then bring that with you. Have things that you enjoy, and then you can have more room to have the food that you want, or the drinks that you want, or the dessert that you want, or maybe all three, and enjoy time with your family. All right, you guys, it's a pretty short one today. Just wanted to have an opportunity and talk to you guys about this the Monday before the big holiday. If you celebrate Hanukkah, I believe it started on the 22nd, so you're already a couple days in. Have a great time, be safe. Make sure that you're not driving under the influence or doing anything foolish. Make sure you're using Uber, you're having somebody drive you, pick a designated driver, whatever the case may be. The most important thing is that you're staying safe this holiday season and enjoying time with your family. All right, you guys, that's it for today. If you like this content and you want to see more like it in the future, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to be notified for when I post new videos on Mondays and Thursdays, hit the bell icon. If you have any recommendations of what you'd like to see in the future, don't be afraid to leave a comment in the comment section below. Again, my name's Isaac. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great holiday.